I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Anita Mayer. I'll serve as the moderator this evening, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the SGA debate, the first of two. I want to explain a little bit about how this process will go this evening. We'll be together for about an hour. Each party will have an introductory time of 5 minutes to speak with you. Then I will ask each of the four candidates one specific question that was generated by students. We'll then move into a series of questions that the DA presented, and those questions will be posed to both parties. So each party will have the opportunity to answer the same question. And then each party will have 5 minutes at the end for a wrap-up, and then maybe some time to spend with the audience if that's necessary. So it's my pleasure this evening to welcome Ian McCulloch and Molly CASTO from the Mountaineer Choice Party. It's my... Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I think we just lost a minute of our question time. I also would like you to give a welcoming to the Pirate Party, Chris LEWALLEN and Ron CHENG. At this time, I will turn the podium over to Chris and Ron and the Pirate Party for their 5-minute introduction.
Good evening, everyone. Before we get started, I'd like to take a second and thank... Can y'all hear me now? Good. Take a second and thank the DA for giving us all this extra exposure this year. I think it will help the election process be more about the issues rather than popularity and handing out candy and other items. Can you not hear me? Good? Okay. Sorry. My name is Chris LEWALLEN, and I am running for student body president of the Pirate Party. Usually you don't get to know the president, vice presidential candidates very well, so I'll take a minute to tell you about myself and why I'm standing up here right now. What am I going to say? Can you hear me? Well, I grew up in southern West Virginia. I was raised by my grandparents who adopted me at a very early age. Through their leadership and raising me, I learned that through hard work, dedication, and a never give up attitude, you could do anything. This became especially important when I came up here to WVU. My grandfather's an alumni here, and he told me about his opportunities that he had when he was up here, and how I could do anything at such a great land-grant university such as this one. So I started attending SGA meetings my first semester. I attended almost every SGA meeting, tried to get involved, and I was going to run for Student Government Board of Governors the following semester. Well, all of a sudden, this United Party came out of nowhere. I had no idea that these tickets formed back door, and I felt left out, but I wasn't going to give up. I went to a whole other year of student government meetings, sat there and met the right people, gave input when I could, and I was lucky enough to get on the proven party last year. Ran for the Board of Governors. Unfortunately, I lost. But I wasn't going to give up either. I applied for an executive position, and Jason Zuccari was grateful enough to give me the position of Chief of Staff. With this, I was able to meet administrators, make progress for keeping college costs low for the students, work on issues with Sunnyside and off-campus housing. Now I stand before you here today, running for student body president. I will promise you one thing: I will not give up on the students of this university.
Hello, my name is Ron K. Cheng, and I'm running for Vice President with the Pirate Party. Now, a lot of times people come ask me when I'm talking to people, pirates, are you serious? And the answer to that question is yes, we are very serious. And the reason we're doing pirates is to shock and awe. Every year, year after year, you have candidates that come up to you and say, we're here for change, but you only see them during election time. I'm not about that. We, as pirates, are not about that. We want to show them that we are indeed change, and we're going to start with the campaign. We're doing this campaign completely different. And one of the ways we're doing it, as you can see by these logos, is the pirates. Because when we say change, we mean it, and we're going to start change during the campaign. Now, me and Chris are some of the luckiest people here. because a lot of times you just have to be at the right place and know the right people. But after this election, it is my hope that that will never happen again. Regardless of luck, anyone, no matter who they are, where they come from, whether they are rich or poor, can run for Student Government Association, and that's why we are fighting, and this is something worth fighting for. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. Ian and Molly, if you would come to the podium.
You guys hear me? It's tough on us tall guys, huh? First, I just want to reiterate what Chris said. Thank you to the DA for creating so much exposure to this election. This is such an important election for all students. With the state of the economy, you know, every student needs to vote on merit and not on whether your friend is running or anything like that. I'd also like to say thank you to all the attendees. I don't think I've ever seen a debate so hotly followed, and thank you for the rounds of applause. That was great. My name's Ian McCulloch. I'm running for student body president with Mountaineer Choice. I'm from Southern West Virginia as well, and Chris can tell you, coming from Southern West Virginia, we receive a different set of values than most people. You know, we work hard for everything we get, and I think both of us grew up with that same type of mentality. A couple things that you know, I'd like to say. You know, WVU to me is not just my school; it's my home. I've been here for 4 years. Both of my parents went to WVU. They actually met here, so I guess in some weird way I'm indebted to I owe WVU my life. Both of all four of my grandparents went here, so I'm very closely tied to WVU. What I do want to say is, you know, we all do talk about change, and that's true. One thing that I don't want to forget is the progress we've made before. In student government, we've made so much progress, and I don't want to forget the things that we've done in years past. What I do want to do is take student government to the next level. We're very respected by our administration, and the next step is to be respected by our students, and that's why we're here to represent the student voice. We're ready to take a proactive approach at solving problems on this campus. Instead of you coming to us, we're going to come to you. And like they said, many times the only time people see student government is when we're campaigning. So one of the things we want to do is have a student speak up week, where essentially we go out and do the same thing we do when we campaign, but instead of asking for your vote, we want to ask for your input. Tell us what's wrong with WVU. Tell us what we can do to help, and that's what we're going to do. And when we do that, we're going to take it to our administration. You know, Whitney and Jason Zuccari have done a great job building a great relationship with our current president. But the next step is taking it to our city and state government. There is no reason why we shouldn't have a voice in our city government. WVU students make up over 40% of the population when in session, and to not have a voice in that body is ridiculous. And that's why, as student body president, I would represent students as a student liaison and make sure that our voices are being heard in the city government and in the state government.